And we're back. Another week. Cap, the CA podcast is back in town or back in your ear. Pause, however you want to call it. Sound in this bitch. And due to COVID restraints again, limited, short-staffed, but we're here with the producer extraordinaire, one of my best friends, Edwin Robles.
Hey, how are you? I do graphic design.
Yes, he does a lot of things. He does a lot of things, man. But yeah, man, shout out to everyone again. Another week. We're back in here in the midst of this fucking crazy-ass time. Everyone's catching COVID around us. We were supposed to have a guest last week. You know, yeah, but the guest had a COVID. Everyone had COVID. And then now this week again, the guest has COVID. But then we're thankfully, Sound and Edwin so far from the CA crew have been tested negative after testing positive.
We're survivors.
So we're survivors, you know. This is my second time with COVID. I pushed through it. It wasn't as bad as the first time.
you pissed through it?
Pissed through it. I pushed some peas through it. You know, but it definitely was way more spread. Like, my parents currently have it. Marloon, I believe, still has it. His parents have it. Eric, YI, just had it. He's negative now. But everyone around us is, like, coming in contact with it. It's never been like this before, especially in Rhode Island. It's like at an all-time high. I don't know what the fuck is happening. But we're here, man. It's a horrible start for the year. But at the end of the day, you got to fucking push through the year. You know, hopefully this shit lightens up. By summertime, we get a better energy going on in the world. But, you know, this has been a rocky start, if I'm being honest. But yeah, how was your day, man? What'd you do? What'd you do today, Edwin? How was your Monday morning?
Oh, it was pretty good. Oh, let me not do the
accent.
Pretty good. My first day back at work. Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
But nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
Just trying to get back into things, you know, into going back to the gym. I'm not going back to the gym without a mask, though. I'll tell you that.
Oh, you've been wearing the mask when you're in there?
Yeah, even though I'm going to be suffocating.
You got to do it. Because I feel like that's...
I think we got it. I think me and Eddie got it from
the gym?
The gym, especially in the sauna, because all that, you know, all those
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it, man. It's an easy place to get the fucking... I've smelled so many weird smells in the gym and seen some unfortunate penises I didn't want to see. Oh, you know, so if people do all types of things like that, I'm pretty sure they'll go in there... They'll test positive and still be like, I still got to get my workout in. Let me just go. I don't care. They don't wipe nothing down. They smell like ass, and they just keep pushing through, you know. But it's like pushing peas and pushing weight. It's like, oh, calm the fuck down, buddy. You can go home and do some lunges.
They have the wipes and everything, too. It's like, I don't even...
Oh, the wipes, the sanitizing wipes.
The sanitizing wipes. And
they run out, though. They be running out. When I be in there, they run out.
They have the spray, too. They have a spray.
It's a lot of more work. I'd rather you supply me with some good-ass wipes and spraying shit down. This is not my job. You know, it's your job. But if you give me a little wipe, I'll do it.
But no, it's getting crazy out here. What? There's been 5,000 plus cases.
Yeah, in Rhode Island specifically, if we want to start with that, it's been a crazy situation. There's been reports of actual...
I wanted to finish what I was going to say.
Oh, go. What are you going to say?
It's fine now.
What were you going to say? You talking about Rhode Island?
Yeah, we're talking about the same thing. Anyway.
Listen, man, it's been crazy in Rhode Island. We're the most infectious state out of 50, or how many states are there now? 55 states in America? There's a lot of states. There's more than 50. But it's up there, man. There's stats going on. Look at these articles going viral. Rhode Island hospital dealing with a COVID outbreak with patients after staff who tested positive. They were asymptomatic. They had to come in still because of staff shortage. So this has been going on everywhere around the country, staff shortage. So a lot of people who are in these jobs that vaccination has been mandated, like you have to be vaccinated or if not, you can't come to work. They're basically being laid off or being forced to lay themselves off because of the fact that they don't want to get the vaccine, you know. They feel like obviously it's fucking mandatory. What the hell? Like they don't want to do it. You can't force everyone to do everything. So I understand that part. And these people now become short-staffed. And aside from that, there's people in another type of crowd that just don't want to go to work because of the fact that they might catch COVID, especially if you work in a hospital, because that's what the fuck is happening. The hospitals are rampant with COVID. So places are short-staffed, and now there's outbreaks happening because people are testing positive and still coming to work because they have fucking families to feed. And at the end of the day, there's no really more government aid going out. There's no COVID aid.
Yeah.
So it's like people are forced to do these drastic situations, and then look what the fuck is happening. And now we have Rhode Island, the most infected state in the country of America. So what is really happening? In my opinion, hopefully we're going to have the governor on here soon, Rhode Island Governor Dan McKee. I'm in contact with his team. I'm hoping to get an interview with him soon up in here, the CA studio for the podcast. But we definitely need to do a lot for the state of Rhode Island. It's being ignored. I feel like it's been happening for a while. You know, this sort of like outbreak feeling and like, oh, we got to shut down type of energy. But now it's like more than ever. It's obvious, like with these stats coming out, and no one's doing nothing. The governor hasn't really done much.
They're pushing the booster shots now.
They're pushing the booster shots. They're mandating workers now. You can't test
and college students
negative and just come to work like you used to be. Like, oh, okay, I'm not vaccinated, but I tested negative. Now you have to be vaccinated, and that's for essential workers in Rhode Island. I think starting the 14th, so in 4 days from this recording date. And aside from that, you said now, what is it for school, right?
They require, you're required to have a booster shot.
A booster shot. So not just Rhode vaccinated.
Island, college and CCRI. I'm not sure about.
URI and everything else, but CCRI and Rick are doing it. So now the colleges and the whole universities and the whole state are starting to push this booster thing, which is understandable. But it's like if a lot of people aren't already vaccinated, then they gotta wait for the booster. You have to get the first shot, and then your second shot, how long do you have to wait in between the shots? Isn't it like
a few weeks, I believe.
A few weeks, but then the booster, they recommended, I think, 6 months, I think.
Yeah, it was something like that.
It's like 6 months.
Yeah.
So basically people are down and out and possibly might not be able to fucking...
Maybe a little longer than 6 months. But.
I think it's like a long time, I remember.
Yeah.
Correct us if we're wrong in the comments, guys. You know, for your particular state, it might be different, or it might be like one universal rule for America. I'm not sure for the booster when it's actually recommended. I do know that I qualify for it now, but I didn't qualify for it right away. So I'm pretty sure it's 6 months because I felt like 6 months between my second shot and now what will be my third shot. So I don't know what's happening. It's a fucking mess in my opinion, and it seems like everyone's like going through it and panicking within their own inner circles, but no one's outside and talking about it or outspoken about it. And it's a bit weird. We have the local leaders, even the local people who are followed, you know, by a lot of people, not speaking about it. And you guys are staying shut. What's happening? You're busy still going out to hookah bars and hookah lounges, and you're drinking these mimosas and these brunch events and these, you know, shaking booty, pushing peas like you're gonna, but you ain't doing shit about what's happening in the city and what's happening to the people you love. You're not talking about it. You're just like, oh, you might be like, oh my God, you might tweet, oh my God, but you're not really influencing people. You're not really looking up what can be done, and you're not probably even calling the city offices. You're not doing shit, you know, and I think that's kind of weird, man. People got to switch their priorities, but I do get it. I guess it's the start of the year. People got to get back to the basics, whatever the fuck you want to call it, but there's no excuse for if there's a situation happening and you're someone that people kind of look up to and you're staying shut and you could do something about it. I think you should do something about it. Talk about it like I'm doing it right now, because people got to fucking, you know, people message me all the time, like, because I'm posting updates and, like, I'm posting, like, places to test. People message me every day. Like, where can I get a test today? Or
where can I get the
where can I
home?
Yeah, or do you know about this? Do you know about the parking ban? Like, people got their cars towed because Rhode Island, Providence, notified people 10 hours before the parking ban got put in place, enforced in the city because of the snowstorm. So people didn't know, and then mad cars got towed in the city. What is really happening? It's like, I mean, people knew about the parking ban, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't post about it. It's like you guys are not doing nothing to help each other. It's frustrating for me, you know, but I guess everyone's not me, so I get it. But I am an island boy from Rhode Island boy, so I want to help Rhode Island boys and girls. Always when I can, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Rhode Island boys out there listening and watching. Appreciate all you guys, you know. But yeah, this is fucking crazy. Per capita, so the stat is per 100,000 people in Rhode Island, 390 something people are positive, which is not because of the population. People, it's a smaller state, so technically it's bound to happen. No, you're wrong. Because the second state is New York. And then the third state is not even, it is not about size of states, guys. It's about
Puerto Rico, like one of them. I know.
I don't think they're in the states because I think it's they're not doing territories. I think they're only doing states.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think Puerto Rico probably wasn't taken into account for.
Like, it's pretty up there.
It's pretty up there. Probably is. I would imagine if they consider it a state or when they do, it's going to be up there where a lot of shit like this, because it's overseas, is different regulations kind of.
Like Cali then or Florida. I don't know.
But that is crazy, man. Like people, this shit is scary, man. Like I said, the guests that were going to come on the podcast for 2 weeks straight have now tested positive. And aside from that, our fucking staff is positive. Like, this is a business. So this is obviously our friend Marlon, but it's staff. It's staff at the end of the day. It's testing positive. So, you know, we're going to keep pushing through.
Health comes first, man.
Health comes first. No, yeah, 100%. That's what I mean, though. It's like, it's crazy that everyone's just getting testing positive. I don't give a fuck. It's not like, you know, we could have had him in here.
Business.
We could have had Marlon in here in the corner with like a mask. But like, I'm not going to do that. The fuck?
Hell no.
Let's not push that P. You know, we got to push different P's. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of pushing P's, let's get right to it. New music this weekend, out right now. So basically new music for the year 2022. I keep forgetting we're in 2022. I almost said 2021. Yeah, man, we're starting the new year off, I would say, very strong. It hasn't been a year that we start off with two major projects. And especially, in my opinion, this good. You might feel however you feel about each and one of them or whatever. Oh, it's not that great. It might be bad. But to the strength that they are, regardless, universally, we haven't started a year off like this. And shit, who knows since when? Like, I'm trying to think of a time. It hasn't been in a while. And when it usually happens, it's kind of like a December rollout, like an album from December. But right in January, let's start with Gunna, Mr. Pusha P, has dropped his new project, the fourth installment to Drip Season 4, but he's calling it DS Forever. Hashtag DS Forever. I'm assuming that was his plan for a hashtag, but then he made it an album title because it works for marketing, promoting. It makes perfect sense, right? But people have been going crazy, sharing their opinion on it. In my opinion, and this is going to be controversial for whoever, whatever, you know, I might make this a separate clip, but is it Gunna's worst project? Now, what are you counting for projects? Are we counting all Drip seasons? You know, if I'm counting from Drip Season 3 after, which is his collab with Lil Baby, and now I think that's it, Drip Season 4. If we're counting all those four, I do think it's his worst amongst them. Now, do I think it's bad? Not necessarily. In my opinion, when I did the reaction, go watch it right now, to Gunna, DS Forever, I gave it an 8 out of 10. Almost a 7.5, but I knew it'll grow on me more, so I was like, I gotta be honest, it's like an 8. Not a perfect album, has some skips for me, but overall, as a body of work, I think it shows his potential. I think he's trying to explore the R&B side, the softer side, more than ever, and this album definitely showed a lot of that, a lot of songs like that, and people have been criticizing it. You know, I do think it's more because people want to share their opinion on shit because it's the top of the year and these are the first two projects. So I feel like people are sharing their opinions now more than ever on projects.
Yeah.
But it did happen with Roddy Ricch recently. People were very outspoken, more than I
What's your favorite track
expected. But when it comes to Gunna, South to West, I believe it's called.
That's your favorite
It's
track?
my favorite track. That's my shit.
That one. I downloaded that one.
That's my shit. But Pushin' P has been taking over the streets. Pushin' P. Follow us on TikTok, C_Ambition. I have my Pushin' P video reacting to it. Man, it's picking up. It's about to go viral. But that song has this energy. People don't know what the fuck they're talking about. People are trying to tell me the definition. It means power. It means player. It means pounds. Oh no, I think he means pussy. How about you shut the fuck up? It means whatever the fuck you want it to mean. That's my point. No one knows what it means.
It's provocative.
It's provocative. It gets the people going. It's whatever the fuck you want it to mean. Pushin' P. I'm Pushin' P. It's just a slang. New slang for 2022. Every year we have new slang. What was last year? We always have new slang. I feel like, what was a slang last year? No cap. I feel like cap exploded last year. People were saying cap more than ever. Yeah.
I feel like it's been around.
He was saying cap, I think, on Drip Season 3, like years ago, Gunna. But I think it picked up last year. People were saying cap more than ever. Cap, no cap, cap. But this year's going to be that P shit. People going to be saying that P shit. You pushing P? What about that P? What's up with that P? But it sounds crazy because you don't know what the fuck someone's talking about. You can't just pull up on a girl and be like, yo, you got that P? What's up with that P? She might think you talking about some pedophilia.
Yeah, that's too much.
You know, she's going to ask you about your P. What's up with your P? your penis. No one knows what P is, you know, but it's a marketing tactic that's working very strongly. But I do think that song is strong. People are hating on it too. Some people are like, this is awful. You guys are deaf. I think it's a really strong record. Future did his fucking thing. Young Thug did his thing. The beat change was phenomenal.
I like Young Thug.
The production on the whole album was phenomenal because you got damn, what's his name? I know we have Metro Boomin on some beats. We got Wheezy out of here on some beats. I think that's the main two, or maybe Taurus. I think Taurus is one of his in-house producer. I think so. That's the main three on this album. But the beats were phenomenal. The motherfucker went crazy. I think South to West is my favorite song though. I think it's South to West.
Yeah, I like that one. I like A Lot of Cake. I like
A Lot of Cake is good.
25K Jacket.
25K. Listen, he has some strong records on here. I think people who are trashing it gotta open up their ears, man. I don't know what you guys expect from Gunna. Now, Wanna was so good. I don't think it's as good as Wanna, but I don't think it's as good as Drip Season.
I never
3.
even listened to that track.
Check out my reaction to Drip Season 3. I have it on Patreon. Go check out the Patreon. Patreon.com/CAmbition. It's out right now. The Patreon exclusive content on there. But we have the Drip Season 3 reaction on there. So please go check it out. And yeah, he has a beef with Freddie Gibbs that kind of coincided this rollout for the album. Yeah. It's kind of pathetic beef. And by pathetic, I mean...
So what is it? Like, what happened with
explained right here for those who don't know. Freddie Gibbs is a rapper, just like Gunna, but very different rapper. He's a very more bar, lyrical, gangster rapper. Gunna is considered more of a mumble, melodic rapper. And he raps about very different content. You could say it's like the drug user versus the drug dealer. So Freddie Gibbs is the drug dealer, and we got Gunna, the drug user. You know, almost literal,
true, yeah.
But metaphorically speaking as well. If we're talking about rap culture right now with the energy of the rap themes that's been happening with the transition of the new generation.
Gunna even spoke on
his drug use. Yeah, we could get into that in a bit. But before that, so Freddie Gibbs, what happened was Gunna did a video for CNN where he was talking about his cousin who got incarcerated and how his cousin didn't snitch, and like he was kind of breaking down the idea of not snitching, like what it means to the streets, breaking it down to the CNN reporter, right? And it was like a content piece he did. He filmed on the steps of some house in like Atlanta. It was when he was younger, before rapping. So people took that clip and ran with it, saying that it was a part of Crime Watchers or Crime Stoppers, which is sort of like a against violence, anti-criminal type of program in Atlanta that people, especially if you're like a young celebrity or a young up-and-coming person, you can partake in, and it kind of picks up locally and it's like gets played on local television. It's for the sake of like sending a message for the kids. And sometimes it was like coincided with like sometimes I feel like they did something where it was like if this person's wanted, like they would put like Crime Stoppers or Crime Watchers on. So it was like literally like an initiative to stop crime, right? Which I think, obviously, I'm not a fucking street fucking thug, so I'm all for it. Let's do some more. Let's do a Crime Stopper, Crime Watcher in Rhode Island. I'll fucking do it. We got to arrest these fucking assholes.
You would not.
If they're actually criminals. Now, if they're, alleged, free everyone that has done weed crimes, because weed is legal now. We got to free everyone that's incarcerated for fucking bud. I understand that. But there are some criminals out here, guys. Let's not. Motherfuckers doing some bullshit, lock them up. I'm all for it. But I would say that Gunna is not a snitch. Freddie Gibbs took that and ran with that when it came out years ago, that clip, and called him a snitch, basically, tweeting about him without tweeting about him. He didn't mention it, but it was obviously about him. And then, ever since then, no one knew, like, oh, when is Gunna going to respond? What is going to happen? And now Gunna is responding, saying, Freddie Gibbs, this is going to be the biggest moment of your career when my album comes out. And then a leak came out of his Snippet, which is a song dissing Freddie Gibbs. And now we have it out officially. And it's, I believe, what's that song called? Fuck, something about Poochie gown.
What?
Yeah, she got a Poochie gown ready to pipe down. Something. I don't fuck with Freddie Gibbs. That shit's hard. That beat is hard. It's one of the hardest beats on the whole album. I like the melody. I like the beat. But I don't think it's like a back-to-back or like a famous diss record. That wasn't Gunna's intention.
He just put it out there.
He just put like a line, like when the Migos did If a nigga hating, call him Joe Budden.
That's
Pussy.
better. That's
it was like a
better
line.
Diss, though. That's a better diss.
It was better, but that's because it's Migos. It's gonna be a bigger record, and it's a more like a direct shot.
Yeah.
Kind of, you know. Even though they're cool now, it's still a direct shot. But Gunna's was like, I can't fuck with Freddie Gibbs, and he didn't follow it up with nothing else to add to Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a hazing, like bullying. But at the end of the day,
light jab.
Yeah, like a light jab. But Freddie Gibbs, you know, he responded kind of. He didn't go too hard with it, but then he's kind of like downplaying the song. Like, I thought my career was gonna change. Blah blah blah. Nothing happened. This and that. Blah blah. You know. And now he has his whole energy like towards rappers. He feels like the world's against him right now because Jim Jones situation. And then he has like a slight beef supposedly with Benny the Butcher. They're saying is rumored. Yeah, and like New York rappers now have a thing against him. Freddie Gibbs, take care of yourself, bud. I think you'll be okay.
Mad, man, because he dropped.
Freddie's gonna be okay though. He's gonna drop a good ass album, and he's gonna come back. He's gonna be good.
Because he dropped Black Illuminati, man, and I feel like
it's a good single.
Yeah, it didn't get that much attention.
But when his album comes out, they're gonna pay attention to that song more. He has like a bunch of features. He's working with a bunch of famous producers. It's gonna be probably his best album, I would say. It's gonna be hard to top a lot of the other ones, but I think it's gonna be his best album coming out this year. Freddie Gibbs. He's gonna probably have, if not the best, one of the best rap albums this year. But
I feel like he's so like underrated, man.
Yeah, you can't compare him to Gunna. It's different lanes. It's different energy. You know, like
Gunna's for the cool kids.
Yeah, and it's like he could have a better album than Gunna, but it might not be 8 out of 10. It could be a 7 out of 10, but it's still better than Gunna's. I just rate these people's albums like when it comes to the discographies, like overall, you know, it's different vibes. I might throw on one of the tracks of Freddie Gibbs.
Gunna's like more
album.
like a party, like kind of like club.
It's different vibes.
Feel,
it's different shit. You can't put their 2 of their albums on shuffle. It's gonna be a horrible mix. Bitches gonna leave their place. They don't want to hear that shit.
No girl wants to listen to
Freddie Gibbs. But moving on, let's move on because fuck that beef. It's not really real.
We'll talk about the Weeknd.
The Weeknd, Abel, El Fin de Semana. My brother, my friend. Shout out to you. I hope, and I'm pretty sure you definitely have watched. If not, let's pray that you have watched my reaction up right now on the CA channel to The Weeknd's 5th album, Dawn FM. It's out right now, currently out right now. Dawn FM, narrated and hosted by Jim Carrey / The Weeknd, because he did a couple parts, but I would say obviously mainly Jim Carrey. And I love the album. I think it's damn near perfect. Time will tell.
You said that was like, I saw your reaction. You said that you think that's his best album?
I think I can argue it being his best, like cohesively from top to bottom. If you play it from start to from beginning to end, it's perfectly sequenced. It's a fucking ride, right?
I'm not gonna lie. I never got into his music. This is the first project that I listened to.
Did you listen from the beginning to the end, like in order?
Beginning to end, yeah.
Okay,
and
that's good.
I was pretty impressed. I liked it. I liked his album, but when people start comparing him to Michael Jackson, like I get it a little bit, man. But I hear the pop, kind of like R&B.
Let's talk about that. You know who it was mainly? You saw who it was? Was it Timbaland?
I saw him post that.
Yeah. So
a lot of people, but I've heard that before.
I've heard it before, but I feel like no one, like especially famous or with notoriety, has come out publicly and said it, especially with enthusiasm.
Say like that?
I don't think so. Drake might have like alluded to. Oh, wait, about himself.
No, about The Weeknd.
No, Drake said it about himself. Like I'm the real Michael Jackson, but he's talking about numbers. He always says that low key, but he never says like musically I'm Michael Jackson. He knows that. That's why he did a song with Michael Jackson.
I addressed him, either him or Party, saying that
The Weeknd's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, something like that.
Listen, all I know is this.
I'm wrong. Maybe.
I don't think The Weeknd thinks that about himself. I do know that he's working. I think he sampled some Michael Jackson songs on his album. If I'm not correct.
Really? Wow.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. I might be incorrect. But I know he worked with Quincy Jones on his album, and Quincy Jones is the guy behind Michael Jackson's fucking major moments. You know, Quincy Jones has a hand in everything. So he's like working directly with these people probably on purpose because he has like the influence. He knows what's going on. You know, like people are going to compare my sound to that. But it's like
he can sing, man, but.
And like this might be like his Thriller. I think what Timbaland was also trying to say is also because of the fact like Thriller. You remember the actual song Thriller when he had the actual character and he was walking around with like a actual embodying that sort of mummy or what? No, not mummy, but like a zombie, like wake up from the dead type of thing, right? That was Thriller, right? Thriller. Yeah. So then now we have The Weeknd doing a similar thing, but like an old man, like he's trying to dress up as an old man and like having his makeup and aesthetic.
Yeah,
so
Michael
far
Jackson was known for as a Master of Disguise or something.
Master of Disguise and shit, yeah. And he did that last album, remember? Because when Michael Jackson got his nose job and shit, he had like the face wraps and shit. And The Weeknd did that with the last album, After Hours. He had the face wraps and the bleeding and everything on his nose, like he had a nose job.
Yeah.
He did the same thing, almost like a homage to like Hollywood and like people who get surgery. So now we have him doing the opposite, where it's like embracing like age, I guess, or like, I don't know what's really happening. But the comparisons to the Michael Jackson, let's break that down to finish with that topic specifically, because people always say that. Is he Michael Jackson? No. Is this album very similar to Michael Jackson albums? Yes. And if you're going to deny that, then you have bad eardrums. Go to the doctors and get surgery. Because when you listen to this album and you listen to Thriller or you listen to Off the Wall, there's very similar sonics, and that's not a bad thing. It's a compliment. It gives
me like a retro kind of sound.
People call it like an 80s album, like an 80s sound album, and I get that. And then people want to fucking jump off the wall,
there's no
pun intended, and call it like similar to Tory Lanez album. Because Tory Lanez dropped a recent album like a couple weeks ago, Night at Prom or something, and it's about like the 80s, and he dressed up like in the 80s type of thing, and he's rolling out that album. No one's talking about it, obviously, because the Megan shit. But people are saying that album's good, and this is better than The Weeknd's album. I haven't heard that album, but I doubt it's better than The Weeknd's album. I'm sorry. We're talking about The Weeknd and Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is very talented, but he's not The Weeknd.
Yeah.
This different animal. I'm sorry. They're both from Toronto. They're both black. They're both R&B, but that's it.
Yeah, I don't really listen to The Weeknd, but I know that he's a better...
Come on, bro.
He's a better vocalist.
And I respect like Tory musically. I haven't gotten into him too heavy because I'm a bit biased with the Megan shit, and it's like, obviously, who knows? That situation might flip. It might be her that fucking like lied. Who knows? But at the end of the day, you know, I can't force myself.
Why do we compare this guy to Michael Jackson? Because I feel like there's no song in the album that's like really like that really stands out. Like I like I'll name the tracks that I like. Right, Out of Time. Here We Go Again with Tyler. Starry Eyes.
No, there's a couple songs, bro. Trust
Less
me.
Than Zero.
And I think the Quincy Jones thing too is like specifically like Quincy Jones. That's Michael Jackson's dad, almost like that's his father in music. Like that's Quincy Jones, and he's working with him. He has a whole interlude on the album.
But I know, but like when you go to like a Michael Jackson album, there's always a couple hits in his albums. Like,
because you think Michael goes more pop than The Weeknd?
Yeah,
I would say 100%.
So.
I think that's the difference between them. But then you have albums like Blinding Lights, like After Hours had those moments on it. So it's like
I probably don't know enough of his music to comment.
I'm blinded that, by the lights.
I know that's a big hit. I know he's got some hits, man. But
he has moments where he sounds like him. I'm not gonna deny it. And he even does his voice sometimes, like not his voice, but his own voice that sometimes sounds like Michael's. Where it's like,
I hear.
He does like that little thing like that almost sometimes. I'll be like, oh shit, it's like a talent. So, but I respect it. I don't think it's like him biting. People always want to allude to that shit. They say that shit with Silk Sonic and the Bruno shit too. Like it's like like a Michael Jackson album type of shit. But it's the same era. People are tapping into that 80s shit right now.
Yeah. I get that.
It's what's hot. I don't know, man. Like why people getting mad? Like just roll with it. If it is what it is. Like I don't think he's Michael Jackson. Will he pass? I don't think, in my opinion, truthfully, I don't think anyone will ever pass Michael Jackson.
Hell no.
And TikTok has proven that to me more now because I see a lot of young kids who go viral, like young ass kids, very small, dancing to Michael Jackson like they love it. Like my girl's little brother King, my brother-in-law King loves Michael Jackson, and like he plays his music, and I'm like, this is crazy. Like Michael Jackson will never die. Like his music is forever. Yeah, like it's crazy.
I would listen to Man in the Mirror, Smooth Criminal, Human Nature,
Billie Jean, bro. Billie Jean. This man's music will never die. So no one will ever be as big as Michael Jackson. But moving away from that, you know,
everybody go.
Yeah, people can think, you can say whatever you want, but facts are facts. You know, Weeknd is Weeknd and Michael is Michael. We can keep the comparisons, I guess, but I wish we stopped them.
Yeah, it's
even though sometimes I partake in it, but it's because other people do it, so it makes you want to, like, Timbaland saying that shit was like, damn, and I'm like, damn, maybe, but it's like,
everyone's unique.
The Weeknd's the fucking Weeknd, Abel. Yeah. But speaking of Abel, so this album, for those who don't know, he has responded to criticism. I want to read out loud the tweets that he tweeted. He's responded to criticism, basically, right? Subliminally, no one's reported it as news, but it's basically breaking news if you didn't know right here, because people are fucking, I don't know why they're not reporting it as news. So he tweeted in the middle of the night, he was like, weirdo. That's one tweet. Next tweet, I love weirding you out. Next tweet. And the next tweet again, even in the beginning, ... Don't forget it was always weird. So he's talking about even in the beginning, even in the beginning of his career. He's talking about his music. Even in the beginning, my shit was weird. So now people who are like, this album's not for me. It's too experimental. It's too weird. He's like, I'm always weirding you out, right? So he's talking to the fans. And then he says, which side of EXO history do you want to be on? Don't get left behind. Follow me into the light. If you listen to the album, towards the end, it's going into a light. Yeah. Like the whole theme is like you're riding into a light. You're going into like heaven or some shit, right? And then he says, I see everything, ... Since the beginning. You're obsessing over what you hated. Enjoy where we are. Look what was given to us. He's talking to you fucking fans out there, Weeknd directly. And then he says,
those are some strong words.
Listen, then he said, I will never fall for the simple-minded traps.
He's been chilling with Jim a lot.
Yo, ever. We go forward, always. It's already tomorrow for us. I'm everywhere. I'm right beside you right now. Look to your left.
Oof. This kid really looked at me.
So I feel like he's here. I should have sat in the right chair. He would have been on the left.
Feel his presence.
I feel his fucking presence. I feel like Toronto. I smell Toronto. But, and then he said, oh, if you guys don't know, you're actually witnessing a trilogy. Another trilogy. First trilogy, we had it. House of Balloons, Echoes. He gave you that with the mixtapes. So now he's saying that you're witnessing another trilogy. Now, what trilogy are we witnessing? Is this the start of another trilogy? Dawn FM? Or is After Hours, Dawn FM, a part of a trilogy, and then the next album is going to be something? Because if you listen to the album, Dawn FM, towards the middle ending, these skits and everything, specifically the end, Jim Carrey was like, you're about to experience another hour, blah, blah, blah. As if you're about to listen to another album. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like you're about to listen to like another hour of like you're going into the light. Mm-hmm. So the next album might be the light, or it might be Afterlife, because he was talking about afterlife a lot in the album. So it might be now you're going into afterlife. Basically, this is purgatory. So you have what is being on Earth, which is after hours, partying, enjoying life on Earth. Then you die, right, and you're stuck in purgatory. That's Dawn FM. And then the third album, whatever it's called, which I'm assuming probably is gonna come out next year, because that's how he seems to be rolling things out now on a year-to-year basis, or maybe the end of this year, right? The next album is gonna be the third installment to this new trilogy.
So he says
that's what's gonna happen.
Jim says in the Phantom Regret by Jim, it says
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he goes the middle. Oh my gosh, let me start. You're tuned to Dawn FM, the middle of nowhere on your dial. Sit back and unpack while you are here. The song's playing. My gosh, hold on. While you are here, now that all future plans have been postponed, and it's been time to look back on things you thought you owned. You remember them well? Were you high or just stoned? And how many grudges did you take to your grave? When weren't you liked or followed? How many did you behave? How did you behave? And it's dope, man. It's so poetic, and it's like he just keeps beautiful. Going, man. Were you ever here in tune with the song "Life Was Humming"?
Yeah.
And then it says, "If pain's living on, when your body is long gone, and your phantom regret hasn't let go yet, you may not have died in the way you must. All specters are haunted by their own lack of trust. When you're all out of time, there's nothing but space, no hunting, no gathering, no nations, no race. And heaven is closer than those tears on your face. When the purple rain falls, you are bathed in its grace. Heaven's for those who let go of regret, and those who to wait here when you're not all there yet." Like, those are deep words,
that's deep,
man.
That's deep. He killed that shit.
I kind of went. I almost.
You turned into Jim Carrey. I think that was Edwin the whole time, guys. On the Weeknd's album, it wasn't Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey's man.
That's probably the best idol. Like comedian actor.
Bro, in the second grade,
he's my top 5 actor of all time.
You know how in the second grade they ask your teachers ask you, "Hey, who's your idol?" Blah, blah. I told him Jim Carrey.
Wow.
I don't. And then they asked me, "Oh, what's your favorite comic book?" I said Spider-Man, blah, blah, blah. But I said Jim Carrey. And it's just because, like, bro, growing up watching his movies, like, he will make you laugh. Like, he would make me and my brother laugh so much, and it was just like
The Mask.
He was something else, man. Like
everything he did. The Riddler, during Batman, he played the Riddler early on. Batman, I think Forever, Batman Returns, the old ones.
I never liked that. I liked like Liar Liar. It's just like, bro, like those movies teach you lessons,
something about Mary.
man.
I think it's called Something About Mary.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey is a classic phenomenon.
Lessons,
and now we have him on this Weeknd album, and now being a part of this journey and a part of this this era. I love it. Yeah. And a part of this sort of like now rumors and like conspiracies. What's going on with the Weeknd album, the trilogy, and like Jim Carrey, and now he's been introduced to a younger audience. I love it because Jim Carrey, for those who don't know, if you didn't know, you unfortunately were missing out. But now if you do know, do your research on Jim Carrey. And the Weeknd, now it taps back into the Hollywood shit that he was doing with After Hours. And now there was rumors before. And now on the new song, I think on the song with Tyler, the Creator, he mentions like, my new girl is from Hollywood, or my new girl's a movie star. So people are like, damn, is he dating Angelina Jolie? Because it was rumored that they were hanging out.
Oh, wow.
So now he's saying my new girl's a movie star. She's and he's hanging out with Jim Carrey, and he's in Hollywood. And Jim Carrey was like, I can see your house from... Jim Carrey was like, I can see your house from here, from outside my house or something. Like, when Jim Carrey steps outside in his porch or his room or whatever, like balcony, he could see the Weeknd's house.
Oh, wow.
Because that's how close they lived to each other. Wow. And they didn't know until they like were like talking to each other and they were going to go out for lunch or something. Because this is dope. They have a dope relationship. But then what happened was Jim Carrey, I believe... called the Weeknd on his birthday, and then he took him out for breakfast. He's like, let's go out for breakfast for your birthday. And then Weeknd was like taken back. He was so shocked. He was like, this is Jim Carrey. Like, my life is amazing. Like, I love Jim Carrey. Like, we formed such a dope bond. I'm like, that's my dream right there. To fucking get a phone call from Jim Carrey and go to breakfast with him. Like, that's my life. That's what I want. One day.
Jim Carrey's an artist himself, man.
Oh, man, just fucking, I love that shit. But then him dating Angelina Jolie, like, that rumor is crazy. He is saying his new girl's a movie star. He's not with Zendaya, obviously.
You could get with someone better than Jolie, though.
Well, it doesn't get too much better. Let's name him.
No, come on. She still looks good. She's probably 55. Doesn't he want a kid? He doesn't have kids? Come on.
Well, Weeknd? He has 2 kids.
He has 2 kids? I don't know.
No, he doesn't have 2 kids. No, just kidding.
You see, I don't know the guy.
He has 2 nuts, like 2 balls. He needs to bust him.
Like
so if he wants a movie star to bust him in, let him bust him in a movie star. But it probably is Angelina Jolie. Who she not with Brad? They broke up. Who else? You know, Kanye got Julia Fox already, so he can't take her. Nah, Julia Fox wasn't even that famous, but she's still a movie star, so the joke still makes sense. But then everyone else is kind of like taking in these big movie star females. So who knows, man? I think that'll be dope if it does happen. But aside from that, it's just this whole essence happening right now with Dawn FM. It's been crazy, man. I love the album.
It's euphoric.
It's very euphoric. And now, guys, yeah, he spoke to you guys. He spoke to the fans. He's basically told you guys, shut the fuck up and understand what the fuck I'm doing without saying shut the fuck up and understand what the fuck he's doing. And you know what's crazy? He said this, or he posted like a text between his manager or someone about the rollout. He was like, let's not do a rollout. People are like going through shit right now. It's a tough time. Let's just drop the album. It'll be more impactful, right? But then his sales have kind of suffered. Can you look up real quick what did After Hours sell the first week? Because of the fact that he dropped out of nowhere the album, Dawn FM, he's about to sell, I believe, 180,000 around there. 100. So he didn't even hit 200,000. They're predicting, right? We don't know until the final Wednesday date. But he didn't drop physicals and he didn't drop vinyls, nothing like he did before. I think it's all pre-order right now. He doesn't have that in hand, so no one is able to, I think, actually go and buy in stores. So a lot of his sales are suffering more than ever because it's pure streams, right? And he used to do bundles and shit. I think he didn't do that this time around, right? Because it's all last minute. But what did After Hours sell first week? Did it say the Weeknd?
Oh my 445.
445.
Yeah, bro.
You look. What does Starboy sell first?
Oh no! Wait, it says the Weeknd's After Hours sells 445,000 first week, 272,000 pure. I don't know what that means.
No, that means like people buying CDs and shit. Pure.
Oh, okay.
See, but that's why he's suffering, because his fans. He's not suffering. He's probably always gonna do okay. But I'm talking about from a mainstream perspective, number wise. If you're looking at it objectively speaking, look at that, 200 something pure. That means 200,000 plus people went out and bought that shit, the CD. They wanted to see. I bought the CD because he dropped it, I think, with his tour tickets. So I bought his CD and his tour tickets. That's what it was at that time. I remember. He ended up canceling the tour, but I bought the tickets and I still have the CD. It's still there. It's in the studio, another room. It's there.
Did you open it?
Yeah, I opened it. I have it. Why? What are you asking? You want it?
No, that's gonna be worth something in the future, man.
I doubt it. They got the CDs. You can still buy the CDs. It's still in store. The vinyls, if anything, are more limited. So that's why I got the Adele vinyl. I'm trying to start collecting vinyls, but they're a bit more expensive and they sell out because they're more limited. So that's more that rises up in price in due time. Yeah. But the Weeknd, so with After Hours, 200,000. So he sold pure without streams last album more than this album did overall. As of now, because the numbers might change, but I doubt they're gonna change much. They're not gonna. It's not gonna jump to 300,000 by Wednesday. I doubt it.
How long ago was this album though?
After Hours?
Yeah.
That was 2020. 2020. And then it rolled out into 2020. It was still the biggest album, and then it rolled down to 2021.
Yeah, I don't listen to this guy.
Yeah, you missed out. That was a major epic album. After Hours. Remember he performed at the Super Bowl?
I was watching it with you guys, and I wasn't impressed. Remember, you guys were like, "Oh, you're hating." I'm like, I don't know. I don't like this guy like this.
Don't kill him, EXO fans in the comments. Leave Edwin alone.
No.
He's just saying his fucking opinion. Relax, motherfuckers.
Don't kill me. You gotta
relax, Toronto Canadians.
It's subjective.
I'm
not saying he's a bad artist. I've just never
he's one of the best.
His music.
One of the best alive. One of the best ever. But so the sales shit is like, what the fuck is happening, man? This is really crazy, right? People are gonna keep sharing their opinions as this shit rolls out more actual evidence of real life sales, what's going to happen the actual first week. And then going forward, like, is the album going to even pick up steam or something like after that? But then aside from that, this is why he's tweeting this shit. Because he's saying, I see people's opinions. I see the low sales. I notice everything. I'm doing a last minute rollout, so I don't have much music videos. I only have like visuals, like visualizers ready. I did that last minute performance with Amazon. It was dope. It worked out, right? But it was kind of a bit rushed as well. You can get that energy because it wasn't promoted like in a good amount of time, in my opinion. So everything's last minute. So then he's tweeting. He never tweets like actual shit like this. He never talks about the fans. He doesn't do interviews. So now he's tweeting basically to not do the interview. And people haven't really reported, but that's what I'm talking about right now. So fans, he's talking to you. So the man is listening. It's very interesting. I find it very intriguing. I think it's dope. But it's also because of the fact that he didn't do this sort of like fucking rollout situation. Everything's last minute. So now we have to deal with him just doing the natural energy. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to tweet this. I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want because like I don't have everything prepped. It's not really planned. I just have the music and it's a good-ass album and it's cohesive and it's already planned. I have that planned. Have Jim Carrey support, everything. So that's dope. But aside from that, you got nothing else, right? So I understand it. It is what it is. I wish that he had more of a plan. But the album is amazing in my opinion. So I think with good fucking music and art, that shit lives on and that shit speaks for itself more than everything else. So please go listen to the album if you guys haven't. And if you don't like it, share your opinion below. Because The Weeknd's going to watch the comments. He's watching everything like he says. So he knows what the fuck people are talking about. And he knows that people might be doubting him. They think it's weird. They think this shit's different, right? But guess what? You're also witnessing another trilogy. So maybe it's a part of a grand scheme, a bigger plan. Moving on. Speaking of Hollywood, another actor, famous actor, America's TV dad.
Oh, man.
Bob Saget has passed away. Rest in peace, Bob, a.k.a. Danny Tanner on Full House, a.k.a. Bob Saget, the host of America's Funniest Videos, AFV, the legendary Bob Saget. Always on my television growing up, I loved Full House. Yeah. That was my fucking show, man. I loved Full House. It was probably my favorite, like, if we want to be objective, I guess, white show. Because obviously I loved Fresh Prince, but Full House was my shit. Like, white comedy show, white sitcom. No, but that's what I'm saying, though. So the opposite of that, because if that's like a black comedy, Martin, I loved all that shit. Yeah. But Full House was like my number one. That wasn't that, because I got into Seinfeld and Friends and all that shit, but later on, when I got older, and The Office later on when I got older. But growing up, it was always Full House on TV, always, always, always on. And then eventually, I think they had it on Nickelodeon. It was always on Nickelodeon in the morning before school. I would watch it. It was on Marathon. So Full House was my shit, man, and he has passed away. Shocking death. They found him dead in his hotel room at 65 years old, out of nowhere. He had a show the previous night. He's been on a comedy tour. He was gonna come here, well, nearby here. He was gonna go to Boston, I think, in March. And he's a legend, man. I loved him. You want to put the tweet up of Uncle Jesse, aka John Stamos, his, I guess, co-worker but very close friend, has spoken out right away, basically, like he was very impacted, very shocked by the news, as was the entire cast of Full House. They've all come out and spoke about it. How rude. The little girl spoke out. The twins, the Olsen twins, came out and spoke out through the representative. They've been shocked and everything. But Jesse tweeted this, a.k.a. John Stamos. I am broken. I am gutted. I am in complete shock. Let me start from the top. Because I'm so emotional, this shit got me stuttering. Yeah. I am broken. I am gutted. I am in complete, utter shock. I will never, ever have another friend like him. I love you so much, Bobby. Very, very reflective of the whole energy right now in America because of Bob Saget's death. Bob Saget was a very famous comedian. Yeah. He was amongst the most famous comedians of all time. Like, people would just... Or just in general, like, his name was, like, very famous. People would just mention his name. Like, we were watching, like, a random interview that Lil Yachty did. Remember the day before? And what happened? Tell him.
Yeah. They just name dropped his... they were like... I don't know why they brought him up.
It was like he told Lil Yachty, can you rhyme something with Bob Saget? You're a rapper, right?
Yeah, do it. Yeah. Can you're a rapper. You can do this. This is something you're supposed to do, like, be good at. And then, like, what? Like, 12
hours later. Yeah, for a couple hours later, that shit happened. A couple hours
later, they took it out because they name dropped Bob
Saget. And then he ended up passing away.
They deleted off of YouTube. They deleted off of Instagram. It's crazy,
but people use his name a lot for, like, puns, jokes, raps. Yeah, he's always been reminiscent in the culture. Or relevant in the culture, Bob Saget. Yeah, and now he's passed away. Rest in peace to Bob Saget. My condolences to his wife, to his kids, to everyone. Very, very amazing guy. There was rumors, people always with the fucking bullshit rumors. I'll just talk about it because people are talking about it, that he molested or touched the Olsen twins when they were younger
I never heard
in the fucking on set or shit or whatever. You guys are fucking idiots. The clips that have gone viral, you insensitive pricks, open up your fucking minds and your ears.
People are bringing that up now.
The clips that have gone viral. You remember when Comedy Central used to do roast? They used to do roast, like Comedy Central roast, and they would roast someone, like Justin Bieber roast or Snoop Dogg roast, and a bunch of comedians would come together and roast that one person. So they did a Bob Saget roast years ago, which I coincidentally watched recently because it was known as amongst one of the best roasts. Like, it's one of the funniest ones. And I watched it recently, like last year. And it was hilarious. And it was like some jokes that people would make at him to roast him was like, and you raped the Olsen twins and this and that. Like, I think Gilbert Gottfried, like, one of his jokes was like that. You raped the house. Like, joking, though. And everyone was laughing because it's obviously a lie. He's just, like, roasting him. The idea of a roast is to do extreme shit, make fun of niggas, like, to be funny. And then the crowd was laughing. And then people take the clip and run with it years ago. Because that shit was, the roast was, like, early 2000s. It was years ago. But then it went viral, like, probably, like, 2015, 16, recently. A couple years ago still. That, people were laughing and they're accusing him of this and people are laughing because you idiots don't understand it's a roast. That's why they're laughing. It's meant to be a joke. They're not literally accusing him and literally or seriously like he's doing these things. And now you have the fucking Olsen twins speaking out. They don't even talk. I don't know what's happening with them. They've definitely gone through shit, but I think it's because of when you have childhood youth, we have many examples of being fucked up when you're older. The Olsen twins are another example because they were very famous with the Full House shit. They were very cute. And it was one character, but two girls played them. They would always switch off and shit. That was, I remember what happened. Yeah. So it's like, that takes a lot of trauma. So you can't fucking point fingers. When Kobe died, they tried to do the same shit. Kobe was a rapist. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
All this shit was just accusations, and motherfuckers want to fucking hate on someone and want to dig their grave before they even dug there. This guy hasn't even been buried yet, and you want to bury him. Shut the hell up. This is America's dad. Everyone loved him. And let's say, God forbid, this shit does come out positive. Who at that point is like, okay, indict him, but it's like you can't even really legally indict him. At that point, he's dead. And the people who would be accusing him of shit are fucking going through it. The Olsen twins are sad. Like, come on, man. That shit is dumb to me. Like, when people die, it always happens. Motherfuckers want to rain on the parade or rain on, it's not a parade, obviously, but rain on the news, like make it sadder or make it darker. But he was a rapist. He didn't do shit. Shut the fuck up. And those people that did do shit, God's going to have something for them when God has something for them. So focus on that. But rest in peace to Bob Saget. Very sad news. Tragedy. Speaking of actors, TV shows. One of my favorite things to do in the world is watch a TV show. If it was up to me, listen, I swear to God, if I didn't have to eat or shit.
Relax.
I'm being honest. If I didn't have to eat or shit, I would sit down at home with my girl and my son and just watch TV shows. If I didn't have to eat or shit.
What show
but
is
I have
this
to eat or
on
shit.
the screen sound? What show is this?
So, Euphoria is back, bitches.
I've heard of this.
Season 2. Every time Euphoria comes out, it's the best show on television.
Some girl told me that.
And it's back again, bitch. So it's the best show on television.
Told me that she's pretty much just a crackhead.
She's pretty much a junkie.
Okay.
Zendaya, the main character for Euphoria.
Is she using crack?
I forgot what drug it is, but this time around, I think she used heroin and crack. She's doing all types of drugs, but
why is it
it's
so
bigger
popular?
than that.
Why
it's bigger than that.
Yeah, what is it?
The main reason that the show is popular is because the way it looks, I would say two things. Sonically, the way it sounds, the way they play the music, like the way they have the music set up, is both modern and also very like on point, like very poignant. And I think Drake is supposedly behind the music. He's an executive producer for the show. He's one of the reasons the show got created. But I don't know if he's in charge of the music. That's what they always rumored. He might be, right? Because it makes sense because this music is like some type of music Drake would pick or likes. And then, aside from the music, visually, you watch the shit and these episodes be like, last night's episode, the new episode for season 2, episode 1, spoiler alert, the shit was like a music video.
Oh, I gotta watch it.
The shit was like a music video. Like they were taking the light off her, putting the light on her, taking the light off while she was talking, and like giving you this energy. I'm like, damn, this is bringing me into this shit right now. I feel like I'm inside this shit right now. I almost touched the fucking screen. I was like, yes, I like this. This is television. This is not no basic shit. And it was so good. And then you got Big Meech, the actor, Little Meech, Big Meech's son, the actor from BMF. In this fucking season now, he's playing Travis, a known guy, drug dealer. No, a producer. But he's famous now. He's going to start fucking these girls. He's going to be out here. He's going to be the main dick to get. It's going to be some situations. I'm like, wow, this is going to be amazing. And there's an actor, bro, that plays the drug dealer that sells her drugs. And he looks just like Mac Miller. And people have been saying it. Whenever they do the Mac Miller biopic, he's going to be the actor. Angus Cloud. He's going to be the actor that plays Mac Miller, bro. Rest in peace, Mac Miller. It makes me like, it gives me goosebumps sometimes when I watch the show because the guy looks like Mac Miller, nigga, and he dressed like him in season 1 a lot of times. Angus Cloud. Amazing guy. He looks just like Mac Miller, bro. Like, oh my God. Not identical, but like he looks like he could play Mac Miller. The hair, the redhead. You see it, right? The eyes, the energy. When you watch the show, you get the energy too. Unfortunately, Mac Miller was around drugs a lot. He gave me druggy vibes, but always great energy. But he always did give me like, this guy does smoke cigarettes. He does something, right? Like a user.
Kind of looks like Mac Miller and Rory.
So, Euphoria's back. Season 2, go check it out. Phenomenal opening. Angus beat the shit out that motherfucker. He beat him up. He beat that motherfucker up. He deserved it. You guys know what I'm talking about if you watch the show. That shit was amazing. Amazing opening to the season. My favorite show right now. It's always been, but it took like a 3-year break. Like it was been gone for like 3 years. It was almost like the Weeknd's album. Like it took a couple, like it was like, I think like around After Hours, that era. So it might have been 2020. So like 2 years or top of the 2020. It felt like a while, but it's back now. And everyone's excited. It's the show to watch. Go watch it if you guys haven't. You should watch it, nigga. I'll give you my, you have my HBO. You have
HBO?
it.
Yeah, I have it.
Watch it, nigga. Watch it tonight.
I'll watch it.
Watch episode 1 of 1.
It seems interesting. And this show to the left,
Ozark. You watched it yet?
No, but I've skimmed through it on Netflix, and it looks good too.
Ozark is coming back. For those who don't know, Ozark is probably, in my opinion, the best Netflix show of all time. I think this is gonna be the 4th season, the 4th new season on Netflix. Season 1, you could watch the show tonight. You could start the first episode. Oh my God,
I like him as an actor.
It's one of the best opening episodes to a season. To a show, because it's season 1, to a show I've seen in my life. That shit was so crazy off bat. You were like, oh my God, like you gotta watch the show. Like what the fuck? Like what the fuck? Let the body hit the floor.
Nah, I'll probably
literally.
watch both of them, to be
But
honest.
Jason Bateman's show Ozark coming back in a couple weeks. We're gonna talk about it as it progresses. We're gonna keep you guys up to date episode by episode. I want to talk to the people because people watch these shows and it's like
I'll start with Euphoria.
you should start Euphoria, that way we can catch up and we can talk about that soon. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I love television, man. I love movies, but television, something about it, because the thing is, it's like obviously like a long movie. Like you can stop it at any moment. You can come back to an episode. You can be like, oh, I missed that, and go back to another episode. It's different than a movie.
Watch the Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders is too long. Too many seasons. I don't got time for that shit. I'd rather watch Game of Thrones.
Somebody please convince Sound in the comments.
Nobody do.
That
because Peaky Blinders doesn't deserve my energy.
Series.
It doesn't deserve my energy.
No.
I will. Eventually I will. Trust me. It stopped, right? It canceled, right?
Yeah.
So I have to watch it at some point. Trust me. Because it's ass. All right, moving on. No, I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if it's ass. Moving on, let's get to controversial topic of the week. Jim Jones' mother taught him how to kiss. Tongue kiss. Put the clip up on the screen when you can, sir, Edwin Robles, and let's discuss this because I want to know if your mother tongue kissed you. I think that means yes. Your mother tongue kissed you?
No. Stop.
Nah, let me stop it. Shout out to Ludre. I hope you listen to Ludre. Imagine she listens. If your mom listens to this podcast, that would be so dope. They get on some low-key shit. I've listened to every episode. I didn't tell you guys. What? That'd be some fire shit. Joe Budden's mom listens to all his episodes all the time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when she goes over to his house, she be playing it loud. And he be like fucking like embarrassed and shit. So sometimes he tries to change how he acts on the episode.
You don't know well.
You don't see it? It's not up?
Oh, no, I got it.
You got it, the clip? It's like with Angela Yee. It's like a weird squared box I kind of screen recorded and shit. Or like a brown box. So we're gonna get the clip up for you guys. That way you can watch it if you're on YouTube and hear it if you're on listening platforms only.
To do.
She told me how to tongue kiss when I was younger.
Like, what's the instructions?
There wasn't no instructions. She showed me with her mouth. Like she
kissed you?
It's my mother.
No, I'm just okay.
I love
My parents kissed me, barely kissed me on the cheek.
No,
So,
my mom.
No, I'm just okay.
I love
My
it.
parents never kissed you?
It's my mother.
No, I'm just okay.
I love
My parents kissed me.
No, when he said,
It's my mother.
It's my mother. What do you think he meant by that?
So that's what's happening right now. So the situation
He
lies
meant, like,
here.
That's my mom. It doesn't matter.
That's what people are trying to decipher because of the fact he never necessarily literally said yes, right? But you can interpret that as like, that's my mother. Yes, of course I've kissed her. Like, what? That doesn't matter. What? Wasn't sexual. I'm not fucking her. It's my mother. But he came out and said like, no, it was a joke. Like, that's not what I meant. Like, I didn't mean it like that. You guys took it too far. And then his mother came out and spoke and said she was heated. She was like, I'm not a fucking nasty mom. That's not what I never did that. I've showed him, but it was like, we didn't kiss. Like, my tongue was out, his tongue was out, like outside, but it was never, I never put like my tongue inside him. Hell no, blah, blah.
That sounds wild.
And she got embarrassed and shit. Shout out to his mother. His mother's dope, man. I've always liked his mother from Love and Hip Hop. Very dope energy. And
Yeah,
now this fucking topic has fucking taken the world by storm, and it's just free promotion for Jim Jones beating up Freddie Gibbs and now kissing his mom. And now also exercising with fabulous and dope tracksuits, Gucci tracksuits and Prada tracksuits. That's just hilarious. But yeah, Jim Jones, man, this show goes to show you, man, the guy has relevancy forever. But this topic, you want to finish the clip? Play it. Keep going.
No,
So
my
I
mom
just stopped
she
kissing
showed
my
me
son
how
on the
to,
mouth.
she showed me how to tongue kiss when I was younger. Remember, my mom was 17. She's a baby. Look at all the babies that's
Yeah,
having
I would
babies
for
now,
sure
and,
have
and look how they act with their babies. It's like
Be
they
like,
have a little
that's-
sister or a little brother
Yeah, you
more
grow
than
up
they
with
have.
them.
than
Did you
their
think
child.
tongue kissing was nasty at first? Because the first time somebody tried to tongue kiss me, I thought it was so disgusting.
The first time I tongue kissed a girl, yeah.
So if he says he didn't, I'll take him for his word. All right, you didn't do it. You just meant differently, right? Or you were trying to joke.
I was like, you gotta adjust it.
He
right
didn't mean
then
to
and
clear it
there,
up. He didn't
man.
think about clearing it up. He was probably high too.
Exactly.
He didn't think about clearing it up at the time. You know, he didn't think it's gonna be a controversial topic. You know, that's not how he thinks, right? Especially he doesn't think it's gonna be on a shade room and like girls are gonna go crazy about it. But girls have gone crazy
That's
about
a crazy topic. You gotta.
But I would never tongue kiss my child. I have kissed my child. I have a child. I'm a father already, so I have Ocean. He's 6 months. He turned 6 months yesterday. Shout out to baby O. But I've definitely have kissed him on the lips. I've kissed him on his cheek, but never ever for a long period of time. Never in a sexual connotation ever.
So
and
weird.
just on some sweet shit, like, because especially when you become a parent, you understand more. And this is for everyone out there listening.
You're not like 42 Doug. You're not giving him
I'm not tonguing him
hickeys.
down. I'm not giving him a hickey like 42 Doug. No. And then 42 Doug wants to give his son a hickey. Give him a hickey. I don't give a fuck. It's your son. But when you post it, it's like this shit could be interpreted weirdly. So maybe don't post that, right?
Yeah.
So that's the situation. That's the problem. But as a parent, you become very like just emotionally like attached to you. Like you created that and you can't believe it and you want to protect it and you just want to like. People always be like, "You're so cute, I'll eat you," and that's the type of energy you feel like with your child. Like it's crazy, especially when they're so small. So you just kissed them, but it's not like in a sense to where it's like some shit like this, like Jim Jones. And he said his mother was young, 17. Yes, but she was 17 when you were born. She taught you how to tongue kiss. She didn't teach you how to tongue kiss when you were 5 months old. She probably taught you how to tongue kiss when you were 5, when she was 22. She was still young, but not young enough to justify like him making out with her necessarily, right?
Yeah.
Or justify, but in whose eyes? If he did do that, whatever, if he's lying about lying, then who cares, right? It's up to them. Obviously, people are going to care. Like, people have their opinion. But me, personally, when it comes to parenting and shit, I don't really... It's like, if they want to do that, they do that. Now, if it gets too weird, like if motherfuckers I had sex with them or I didn't, that's like it's too far. But if you did it for a lesson and that's how you went about it,
That's a little too far, though, man.
It definitely is weird, but it's not. I'm not gonna be like, fuck him now. He's a weirdo.
No,
like that's what people
I'm
feel
not
like
gonna-
now. Like there's almost
no,
like, oh,
I'm not gonna
they're
do
a
that
weird
either.
bunch. Oh, that's why they're like that, or that's why this and that. That's why his
But it's
mom was
like-
like this. Stop looking into it too deeply. Mind your business. It's not your family. And these motherfuckers are gangsters. His own mom's a gangster. She'll shoot you in your fucking face.
A lot of people felt bad for him. A lot of people said that he's
got molested.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
he's a victim. They're like,
He's not a
leave
victim.
him. He's like, leave him. He doesn't know that he's a victim.
He's in denial.
Yo, no.
He got molested and he's in denial. Nah. I don't think it's like a Charlemagne situation. Charlemagne said that like a older lady molested him when he was younger. He would just have sex with her, but he didn't know. And then when he got older, he realized like, yo, I was being molested and raped, basically. I don't think it's that. People are just taking it too far, but I get it. Something to talk about. Interesting. Would I ever do it? Like I said, no. I already have a child, so literally, I will not do it. My mother, my father, they've kissed me on the lips when I was younger. Yes, like I did, like how I do with my child, right? But it's never like sexual, guys. Like it's just like you get some people are like that. Some people aren't. Some people don't even say I love you to their parents. They don't even hug their parents. But then some people do. Everyone's different. You can't judge that. But when people obviously publicly say it and then publicly post about it, and then they go as far as like tonguing, is when it can get a bit sticky. Well, I can't even say that word sticky because that's a bit fucking nasty. Let's keep it going. Next topic. Speaking of sticky situations, AB Antonio Brown, not an Adrian Broner, not about billions, not that guy, not that rapper. The other AB, Antonio Brown, one of the best wide receivers of all time, probably going to go down as a top 20 wide receiver, record holder in yardage. The best, maybe sports personality right now. He's the most entertaining online, captivating people with his controversial situations, and at the same time also gaining more and more popularity and fame as time progresses. Now, this man did an interview with the Nelk Boys, Full Send Podcast, and Bob, who's a co-host on the Nelk Boys, and this is what he said about his captain, or former captain of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady, the best quarterback of all time.
About being a fan is about being a realistic humanity, a human.
Kumbaya,
That's what it's
kumbaya.
about, bro. A Brady fan, Brady can't do shit by himself. But you guys gonna make it seem like he just is horror guy. Bro, we all humans, bro. We all dependent on somebody else to
Pause
do
it.
the job. Just like your show, you dependent on the video.
So he's saying he's trying to humanize Brady there, but a lot of people interpret it like, damn, this disrespectful. Like, what are you talking about, Brady? You know, I think it has two sides to it. He does have facts. Like, you can't be a quarterback and just be a quarterback. You need a fucking squad. You need someone to catch the ball. You need someone to toss the ball to. You need that. You need defenders to block you. So that's what I think he meant. And he's also humanizing him. Like, you look at him as a god, guys, but he's just Tom Brady. He's a regular man, right? Yeah. But then I think he does pick it up a bit, and it gets a bit a bit kind of wilder. Can you keep playing?
The audio team, you count on people to set this up.
Right. So you don't think he helped you at all, Brady?
Now you saying who helped? Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm saying what's the realistic of right now. How did he help me? Would he help my career to come back?
No,
because
like
they helped
you
him.
Stay at his house and shit. And
bro, stay at his house. I got my own money, bro. You guys know who I am?
I like the fact that
I don't need to stay at no one's house. I got my own houses. Guys do that to influence you guys in the publicly. Like, oh, he's at Tom's house. Then he's maybe a good guy.
Right.
So that's where it got personal. And then further on, he eventually spoke about payment, his actual salary. He was like, well, if he's my bro or if he's my friend, then why do I have an earnest salary? Basically, why do I have like what could be better salary? Like, I know I could get more, right? Like, Gronkowski got paid. People are getting paid around me, but not me necessarily. Like, why is he not vouching for me to get paid more? So both of those things, it's like you're pushing the needle here because they are actual facts. That's the thing. That's why they're mixed. People are like coming at AB, but they're also like, damn, he is spitting though. He's spitting.
Got some good points.
He's spitting. But it's like, you might be spitting too much. So with Tom Brady, the home shit. So there was a situation, I believe, in the recent years when Adrian Broner, not Adrian Broner, it's a different AB. Antonio Brown. They got to switch their AB. They got to be AB1, AB2. So AB2, Antonio Brown, stayed at Tom Brady's house. I believe he slept over there for a while. It wasn't too long, but he slept there, and he stayed there. I think it was because, like, I forgot the specific reason. I think it was something towards, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, about just moving to Tampa or being a part of that team and just, or maybe it was before that. I think it was when they were on the Patriots. Because I think didn't AB go to the Patriots when Tom Brady was on the Patriots too? Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Let me look it up real quick to not sound like an idiot. No, yeah, I think AB was on the Patriots. Yeah. On the Patriots. I could have sworn. Am I bugging right now? Yeah, no. Yes, he was on the Patriots. Yes.
No, you're not listening to me. It's okay.
Hey, okay. You're sports baseball, so I gotta take everything else with a grain of salt.
I know some things, football
baseball
and basketball.
Tennis. I only trust your baseball and tennis opinions.
Wow, that's disrespectful.
Softball, I mean, it's tennis ball, same shit.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I think it was during the Patriot era of them being together over there, which is crazy. They were together over there, and then they came back together over here. Same as Rob Gronkowski again, with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's almost like the Tampa Bay Patriots or the Patriot Buccaneers, New England Buccaneers. But it's crazy. He's now saying like he did this because to manipulate you guys. I don't think Brady did that, bro. Like, shout out to you, AB. You spitting. Shout out to you. But no, I don't think Brady would do that for the image. Tom Brady's the GOAT. He don't give a fuck about the image. Like, he's just looking out for you. He probably cares about you genuinely, and he's just doing it because he's a good guy. I doubt he's like, oh, I'm going to do this shit because people will say I'm a good guy if I do this shit. The motherfucker don't give a fuck about. He just got on social media recently and started like having a social media team. He doesn't give a fuck about that shit, really. Like, he's already Tom Brady, supermodel wife, millions of dollars company. He's fine. He doesn't care about the outlook. And he fucking left his fucking team that people thought he was going to die with. He left the fucking Patriots. So that goes to show you don't give a fuck more. And he got drunk in public. He got drunk in public.
As soon as he went to a different team.
He won a championship on some LeBron shit.
He has some impact. He has that. He's a leader. He's a pure leader.
Yeah, he did win it with AB. Yes, you did win together. But I think we're skewing the fucking energy. You can be appreciative at the same time while stating a fact. The way you're stating these facts shows that you're almost not appreciative, and that's where the problem will fucking rise. Tom Brady might say some shit. He might not respond to your calls now. Who knows what happens behind the scenes? I do hope that people do stay in communication with you. Tom Brady did show sympathy during the press conference after the walkout that you did, right? The meltdown situation that people are calling it during the game. So he was like, yo, we have to acknowledge that this is serious. We got to be sympathetic or empathetic to the situation. So I feel like he might hear this and be like, I know the guy doesn't mean that, whatever. Tom might be that good of a guy. So he might turn his right cheek and not fucking argue with you, whatever. But then also the payment thing. Yeah, you could be getting paid more. You are right. And you are right. You probably are the best wide receiver on that team. But Mike Evans is not playing bad. He's playing really good. So it's arguable still. Robert Gronkowski might be a better target than you at certain times. He's a tight end, but he still might be. So it's arguable. You know, the confidence, I love it, but it's also like, damn. I take it like kind of like lightly because it's like, it is like kind of unsportsmanlike, this energy that he's carrying. So I hope you change it. You know, shout out to the Full Sense of having him on the podcast. He's gone viral now. Because of the podcast interview. Shout out to him in general. He was on Clubhouse. He's making his rounds with the media. Come over here to this podcast. You probably won't, but the invitation's open. And let's do a reaction to your song. I'm from the pit to the palace. But the pit to the palace. I'm in the pit from the palace. I'm from the pit, not the palace. He's basically saying from the streets, not the castle. I'm not from the suburbs. I'm from the pit, not the palace. It's actually hard. The beat's kind of hard. Okay. Let's do a reaction to your song together, bro, because you people got to put some respect in your name with the music. But in all seriousness, I don't think you're done with the NFL. I think that they got to do more investigation with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers if they really did make you play forcefully knowing that you were injured. That's something that needs to be investigated. I think it will be. And I pray for you the best, man. AB, doing what AB does. You know, he's going viral once again. Another week, another viral moment by not Adrian Bronner. I keep saying Adrian Bronner. There's different ABs, man. There's
Antonio Brown.
Jason Derulo fought a fan in public because the fan called him Usher.
Really?
How do you not know? It's Jason Derulo. How do you not know his name? Ridiculous. Jason Derulo. The guy that falls at the red carpet every year on the stairs of the red carpet. He's falling. He's always falling. And then again, another controversial moment with him. But this time around, he got the better of the man. He did an interview on Complex with Speedy Mormon a while ago before this. And he was like, yo, I got hands. If motherfucker want to try me, I got hands. So guess what? I can knock a motherfucker out. I really fight. And this has proven that to be true. Jason Derulo has hands, ladies and gentlemen. So do not try this, man. You might think he's soft because of the TikToks and he has good skin and whatever the fuck. I don't know. Girls like him. You might think he's soft. He's a singer. This motherfucker really can fight. Play the video. You can press the space bar too on the laptop.
Hey, yo, why you slap him, dog? Hey, yo, why you slap him? Hey, Usher, fuck you, bitch.
Oh.
Why you slap him? Why you slap him?
Oh.
Why you slap him?
Oh. Another angle. Usher, fuck you, bitch. Yo.
What? You beat him first. The fuck? The fuck? Don't touch my boy.
I can smell the white privilege in that. Don't touch my ball. Ooh, play it back. Play back the contact.
Oh man,
he got that boy in that motherfucking head. Knock that sucker. Man down, Jason Derulo.
why is he snapping like that, bro? Why is he going?
Jason Derulo.
What's up with him?
So it seems like
he might have been barking at them like the whole
beforehand,
time.
yeah, because he was like, "Why you slap him?" And then he was like, "Jason, Usher, you a bitch, or some shit, you a bitch, Usher." Listen, there's rumors that Usher pees on women and shit. There's rumors that Trey Songz does some weird shit like that, like pees on women, some shit. You guys might need to punch them, but do not harm a man that's innocently just doing TikToks and making people want to dance, want to tussle, want to fight you, want to tussle. That's what he does. He's a positive guy. And when you test positive guys, you get your chin checked. That motherfucker got knocked out and went viral.
My God.
And Jason Derulo had a mask on, so you might have got some COVID with that punch. So you got COVID and you're in the ICU for 2 reasons. That shit's sad, man. But listen, do not try these artists, these celebrities. They might seem soft. You might think you know what the fuck you're dealing with. Everything's about perception. Do not misperceive whatever you think you know and you see. Because in real life, these comments and shit that you do online, they're not as impactful because you can get some impact in your fucking face and you could have almost died. What if Jason Derulo killed this man with that punch? That shit was so hard. That shit hurt. You could hear that shit in the iPhone mic. iPhone mics ain't that strong. You need to be kind of close to pick up that punch. But that shit fucking happened. So free Jason Derulo. I think he's facing, they say 10 to 15 years because of this. He's in jail. I'm just kidding. Nah. Imagine. Free Jason Derulo. Bro, I would have been outside the fucking jail with a picket sign right now. Free him. But no, let's not free. Well, he doesn't need to be freed. He's already freed. But 2 more topics left. Let's talk about the Joe Budden Fresh and Fit controversy. So speaking on podcasts, for those who don't know, Fresh and Fit podcast is a podcast that's gone viral multiple times because of the controversy that they have on their actual podcast platform. Shout out to Myron and Fresh, I believe is their names. They're the two co-hosts of Fresh and Fit. I'm very aware of who they are. I've seen their content. I haven't watched like a full-blown podcast, an episode or nothing, but I've definitely have studied them, to be honest, to kind of like do our podcast setup and start our own thing. But it's not like I just studied them. I studied everyone that's in the market. Joe Budden, the big podcast to the small podcast. I studied them all, right? So I definitely gained a lot of familiarity with them during the studying and the process of building the studio and actually forming this actual podcast that we now have, CA Podcast. But Fresh and Fit, their content has always been very controversial and questionable. They have gone viral for multiple situations, even situations where they take down other people's YouTube channels, or they were trying to take them, a lot of them down, ban them basically, because people would talk about them and play clips of them like we're about to do now. But they couldn't go through with it because it was turned out to be illegal, because people can play their clips and talk about it like I'm about to do, because they're kind of reinterpreting the content. They're not just playing it to play it and like sell it as it's theirs. So they can't actually do the copyright takedown notice as they wanted to do. So people have been kind of like against them now because, okay, we're talking shit about you guys, but now you guys want to attack us and take down our channels. Like a bunch of YouTube channels are outspoken about this. Abba and Preach probably being the biggest channel and the most outspoken about this situation. Shout out to Abba and Preach. I like their content a lot. I watch them. They're very shorter videos, very easier to digest, but they talk about Fresh and Fit a lot. I watched interviews of them, but clips of their interviews. They've been on Tim Pool. They've been, I think, on Academics' podcast, I think, and that was where they actually filmed a couple of Academics episodes. The interview with Academics and 6ix9ine. Do you remember last year that went viral? 6ix9ine and Whack 100. They had an interview with Academics. It was Whack 100 and 6ix9ine last year. It was in the Fresh and Fit podcast studio. But this studio is very infamous for having controversial takes, especially when it comes to men and masculinity. What's the word? Misogynistic. They have a lot of that energy because they're like the #1 men podcast. That's their thing, because they gravitate and aim towards men and trying to make a man, the best possible man. Like that's their thing, right? But then during this life lesson that they try to teach men, or life lessons, this was one of the topics that they touched upon and is very colorist. Play the clip.
Which are traits of feminine women. What's her gram?
What's your Instagram
Dude,
again?
You got a lot of love today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, just keeping it real. I don't really date black girls. it's not because like
LOL.
Like, annoying,
not funny, buddy.
Ratchet, and they don't know how to like be reserved. You're like the complete opposite.
You are not the stereotype. You are not the stereotype.
You are not the same. That's awesome.
Yeah. So we'll give you that compliment.
What's your Instagram?
It's Crystal.
What about the black dating app called Black?
Second
It's
clip.
funny, I never used that one, bro. But hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Man.
We ain't night riders.
Night riders.
Sometimes if they're, red bone, but like in general, me and Fresh don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so
disgusting. And this came out and it was put online by people now after his situation with Asian Doll. Asian Doll was a guest on a podcast episode with them. They do these live streams in New York. No, not New York, in Miami. With a bunch of girls every night. It seems like Monday through Friday. And Asian Doll was a part of one of the episodes, and it got very controversial and viral right away. Not right away, well, after it came out, because of the fact that she left during the taping of it, because she had a back and forth with Myron, and she was like, "You're mean as hell." And then he got kind of like, "Get the fuck out of here! Like, what are you talking about? Mean? This is my show," type of energy. Like, but it was like, yo, she actually had a point. You kind of were mean. and she called you out on being mean by just saying you're mean. He could have had a conversation with her. It kind of went south. He kind of takes shit south a lot. That's his thing that he goes viral for. Like, he'll kick a girl out all the time. He kicks girls out his podcast all the time. And, like, it goes viral. And it's like, okay, I get it. It's a good marketing strategy. You make a lot of money on the content. It works, right? And then some girls like that. That's why they still have girls going. Because if they were, like, you know, if no one cared about them at all, meaningless, then no girls would go on. But they have, like, new girls, like, new 6 or 7 girls every night, But then again, they are in Miami. And it's like, if you know certain people, it's probably easy to do. You know, if you want to pull some chicks, be on camera. Like, who doesn't want to be on camera, right? They like that idea. But there's rumors of Myron paying some or not paying some, owing some money, whatever. But this clip specifically.
This parakeet guy on the left, this parakeet-looking guy on the left,
you called him a parakeet. He does look like a parakeet. Myron the parakeet. Oh, my Lord.
I'm not trying to diss, man.
The guns are out. Let's shoot him. Let's shoot him.
Like, come on,
but
man.
it's all in fun and games. At the end of the day, I don't want no one to die. But this is all You can criticize us, criticize people. Who gives a fuck? It's just opinions. He doesn't look like a parakeet. I'm sorry. He doesn't look like a parakeet. I might look like a squid.
I'm just upset that
he looks like a parakeet.
Just spoke like that.
That was very nasty, right? And that was your first time listening. The first time I heard it, that shit hurt me.
It's like,
so that was your first time listening to it. So how do you feel?
I don't like it, man. It just gives me like those vibes, like the middle schoolers is like picking on a kid in a lunch table. It's just
it's actually disgusting.
Kind of corny. It's just like, and then those other girls just sit back and watch and don't even stand up for her.
Yeah,
it looks like she kind of wanted to say something, but like
she just shouted her Instagram out. She was like, "All right, let me just plug." I guess because they're bigging me up.
So weird, the energy in there.
You know what it is too? I was thinking about it deeply, to be honest, because I think because a lot of people like Joe Budden came out and spoke about it, and he was basically saying the idea like
they sound so immature, man. Like they don't sound.
He was basically saying like he never does this. He's like, I never really call out podcasts. I don't even post on Instagram, but I'm gonna post this. I gotta post this because I'm taken back by this. Like we gotta protect our black women. Like this is very nasty. And at the end of the day, content is content, but this is not the type of content that should be promoted. We shouldn't even like be providing these guys attention and platform or championing them. Like this needs to be like paid attention to and kind of like be stopped. Like these guys are a problem. This is an issue. Like this is not okay. And yeah, basically the energy, a lot of people were like, I never even heard these guys until now. So it's like that question of like, is any attention good attention? I don't think so. I think if you're talking about business wise, yes, because they did gain subscribers. They are up in clout.
And this isn't the first time.
But this is nasty.
Yeah, this isn't the first time I stumble upon their podcast to hear something.
No, we've seen it before. But remember when people like when he calls girls out and shit, and he says wild shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's never something positive. Like it's never like a funny moment. It's always something like disgusting. Like
because you know what? It's similar to Kevin Samuels.
No, yeah.
So that's what their content's kind of similar to, where like they're trying to be that, but they take it way more edgier. Like Kevin Samuels can get like this disrespectful, but he won't say some shit like this. He won't be like, I don't date no Asian girls. His stuff is
like philosophical.
Yes,
like,
he breaks it down deeper.
He breaks it down, yeah. Like
exactly. So that's what they're kind of like. They're from that sort of school of Kevin Samuels school type of energy, right? I think they worked together before too.
So he talks about money a lot.
It's more professional. Stuff. These guys are more just like locker room banter. Like, and it's like gross. Like I get it if you were 12, not 12, but like
they'll 16, say something wild. They'll say their opinion and they just snicker at it and like, all right.
Like, yeah.
And then they'll just like
laugh at it.
And then they act like they never said it. Like,
yeah, like that's
and then
not okay.
They don't like they don't really like take like
responsibility.
Exactly.
And then afterwards they did come out and say like, yo, but this is just our what do you call it when you like a girl, like my type. Like if we have a type, that's my type or that's my preference. I understand that. Guys, you can have your preference, you can have your type, but when it comes specifically talking about a black woman that you don't want to date her, you don't like blackies, or you don't like night riders, you're not a night rider.
And then he has like a certain
That's
name
disgusting
for it.
Because you specifically are being a colorist and you're literally baiting into racism because you're basically saying it could be the most amazing girl in the world, but because she's black, you're not going to entertain it. That's gross and that's disgusting. And if you are a black man, you should be embarrassed because you shouldn't be doing that. Exactly. You're making our people look horrible.
1000%.
Like, how are you representing the black culture by
he is
discriminating
black,
the black culture?
Kid.
I believe the parakeet is black. I know that he's supposedly retired or former federal agent, right?
Wow.
The other guy is obviously black. I think Fresh is Jamaican specifically. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's Jamaican. But these guys are black, 2 black men. From my recollection, unless Myron might not be necessarily having any African blood, he might not. He could be, because he does give me like you said, Middle Eastern type of energy. He could be.
Looks a little Middle.
But I think he's mixed with both. I think he is mixed with both because I remember them addressing it before. They addressed it before. But either way, it's disgusting and it's gross. And this shit should not be tolerated. And it's not okay. And it should not be championed. And yes, people are talking about it. Yes, we're gonna talk about it. We are gonna make a clip about this and put it on YouTube. Yes, why? Because this shit is not okay. So people need to talk about it. That way it's actually put out there that it's not okay.
And we're younger than these guys. Like, and
you said how what? How young?
We're younger than these
We're
guys.
younger than them and have more wisdom and more like
mature
respect for people. Like one thing is like having your taste and your opinion and your type. But another thing is like saying this shit so nastily. Like you could have been like, oh yeah, like I typically don't date black girls, you know, but nothing really against them. But you're literally saying it as if you have something against them, like they're ratchet and this and that. What?
So close.
Calm down, because in my opinion, in my experience of life, in my about to be 24 years of life, the most ratchet people around me and in school have been white girls. If I'm being honest, the girl that was giving guys head in all the classes were the white chicks and the white crew, and they knew who they are, and they offered me some. I said no, I denied it. I don't want no sloppy toppy from Betty or Becky or Carolina. No. I don't want nothing.
Damn. For me, it was a bunch of Puerto Ricans, a bunch of bebas, and
a bunch of bebas. You know, but
con su Jordan 7. Girl, Puerto Rican girls love Jordan
7s. Olympic 7s.
This is just a joke, of course.
Olympic 7s.
I swear, a bunch of Puerto Rican girls.
But that's the thing. We can joke like this because we're also, you know, we come from that Caribbean cloth, and it's like it's lighthearted. But the way that they were doing it with this black, that shit was nasty.
That was different.
That was like devilish. Yeah. You guys can. We don't dabble in the brown. You guys, calm the fuck down.
She said
we're not night riders.
That's wild.
That was a slave terminology, night riders. But I think it was like in a positive sense where it was like the people who tried to like escape the. I don't know what it was, but I know it was like from that era, the slave times, night riders specifically. So for him to say that, it was like even nastier. It's like, bro, you don't even know what you're saying. You sound gross. Like you're riding the night. You don't want to ride a black girl. Like what are you? It's gross. It's gross. But let's move away from them because I hope they really learn from this and they fucking get better in life because that shit's nasty.
Shout out to all the Puerto Rican girls. I love their 7s. I love 7s.
Yeah, man. It just shows you how not to be. You know, I like their business model, the way they do their podcast, very consistent. Yeah. Shout out to them. I love that. You know, they live off that shit. Eventually, that's what we're going to be doing over here on this side. But I will not be calling out no one out of their race or because of their race and pointing them out and saying no.
Yeah.
So we gotta use this as a lesson.
They don't continue this.
They gotta stop that shit. Yeah. That shit's not okay. The fuck, man.
I hope they learn from this.
What the fuck is going on?
They know for a fact. I know for a fact that they heard about Joe Budden.
Oh no, they have to have heard. Hopefully, these people responding, especially Joe Budden talking about it on his podcast. He went in on his podcast more about it, but I hope that they do. They gotta learn their lesson, bro. And it's okay to be wrong. Yeah. Like apologize, motherfucker. Like what's wrong with apologizing and being wrong?
Yeah.
Like what the hell? We're not perfect. You're not perfect. You're clearly on the opposite. On the side, more you're leaning towards more the side of not being perfect than ever with this type of content.
But the thing
Fuck
is,
that shit.
People get so prideful that to the point that they can't really
take other people's opinions or criticism.
Just like admit that they're wrong.
Oh yes, just in general. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that is true.
I hope they can admit that they were wrong in that, man.
That shit was nasty. Edwin I feel like you're traumatized.
It just gets me
that shit's real, man.
It's like nasty behavior.
It's gross.
It's like childish. And it's like, I can go on and on.
Imagine being a black woman hearing that. You're like, you're not gonna even give a fuck about these guys. They're actually, their attention from whoever, in my opinion, matters, because I do think that the black women and like the black culture in general, that's the most important culture. We shift everything that we do. The black culture is the black culture. I don't give a fuck. That's why white culture wants to come into black culture all the fucking time. Music, movies, everything.
Yeah.
So when you fucking diss them specifically like this, you're on the bad side of history. So I'm sorry to tell you the truth, but you better like, bro, you gotta what do you call it when someone like you gotta recuperate, you gotta come back from this somehow.
Yeah.
I hope, because you can have everyone else's attention, but people who don't like this and will not like you, that's the people that you should kind of be on the good side with, because that's the people that have common sense, knowledgeable, and sensible information at their fingertips at all times. They know what the fuck they're talking about. They know that what's happening in the culture, and they know that this is wrong. Maybe you guys didn't know that this is wrong, but I'm here to remind you, out of the millions of people who have just told you online, this shit's not okay. Stop this shit, Fresh and Fit. That's not fresh nor fit. Y'all niggas crazy. Moving on. Last topic of the day, and in white news America. Like we said, we're satirical. We do a lot of jokes, but let's laugh at this. Can you put up the photo behind me of I made like a little collage of Mr. Amazon himself, the richest man in the history of the world. Well, it goes back and forth between Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. So it goes back and forth. I think Elon Musk passed Jeff Bezos again. But Jeff did go through a divorce, so we got to cut him some slack. Maybe he lost some of that money there. I don't think he lost billions there, but he did lose a good amount of chunk of change. But for him, it's probably nothing, pocket change. But Amazon is definitely going to rule the world, just like Tesla, iPhones, everything. So Jeff Bezos is not going broke anytime soon, and he hasn't sold his company, so it's all his. So Jeff Bezos has always been in the eyes of the public because of who he is, his company, and now more than ever because he's taken the limelight due to his relationship. He's going through a divorce or went through a divorce. I'm not sure if it's finalized yet. I don't know that information. But I do know that he has a new girlfriend who recently went viral because she was pictured what it seemed to be like almost wanting Leonardo DiCaprio. And then he came out and said, Leonardo DiCaprio, I got a cliff for you to jump off and kill you, or push you off of and kill you, right? Jokingly back, right? But obviously it was a joke because now he's seen and pictured celebrating his New Year's, his holidays with his new girlfriend. They're obviously on good terms. That Leonardo DiCaprio shit was something he brushed away. He has all the money in the world. He probably put that bitch in her place. God bless. I'm joking, but he probably did put that bitch in her place. The fuck was that? Trying to fucking embarrass me in front of me? You trying to fuck the Wolf of Wall Street, bitch? Are you trying to fuck Leonardo DiCaprio? Do you want that nigga's hot dog? But now we have him pictured with his girlfriend. Exhibit A on the left. He's dripped down. I think that's a brand new Burberry shirt. That shit just came out. Brand new. I think it costs $2 on his body. With his Gucci sunglasses, the man is chilling and vibing, celebrating 2022. And on the right, in the middle, actually, we have two images of them, basically almost naked, celebrating their fucking vacation, He's doing his thing, man. She's older, so I do like that. People don't acknowledge that because a lot of these rich white billionaires and a lot of these rich famous people, they get
down there, buddy.
No, it's true. They get with these young fucking little girls and these younger girls and these they might be legal, but they're it's still creepy.
Oh shit!
It's like COVID cough. It's still creepy.
Hell no.
But this motherfucker got with someone. I'm not sure if she's his age, but she's definitely older. Obviously got some fucking surgery done, but hey, they got money. Let them do what the fuck they want. But she doesn't look bad, in my opinion. She looks good. And he's celebrating his life. Living his life. Look at the fucking image all the way at the end. This is where he came from. This motherfucker used to be in rooms with papers packed. He wouldn't leave his job. He was up $11 billion. Amazon was up $11 billion, only selling books, up 11 B's, not M's, B's. And he was driving around in a Toyota Corolla, broken down, and it had issues. He's like, and then the interviewer was shocked. Why are you driving a Corolla? You're worth so much. Like, why don't you get a Lamborghini? You dumbass prick, because he's not materialistic. And he had a bigger mission, a bigger plan, and he's an inspiration for a lot of people who grind it and actually start some shit small and then blow it up and then still have humble pie at the end of the day, right? But this motherfucker did go through a divorce. So he has to go from this guy all the way on the right, if you're watching on YouTube, he has to go from this guy, right, to now this man we see pictured with his girl and his, his new love. Let the man live his life. A lot of people it always goes viral when he's out with her, and like it's like a thing, man. Coming at Jeff Bezos. I don't know. I like it. I think it's dope. I think his man's happy. It's like we gotta embrace this more than ever. Not more than ever, but more than other shit. Like, obviously, if he comes out, I'm not sure if he was on Jeff Epstein's plane. If he was like on the Epstein plane or Epstein Island, like if he's a part of that group, that creepy group that allegedly might have fucking had sex with young kids and shit on this creepy island, whatever, then I can be like, oh, this guy is questionable. But that's Bill Gates. There's a list of people, Trump, that were on his jet, and Bill Clinton. You motherfuckers are gonna get your time. But Jeff Bezos, from my recollection, wasn't a part of that clique or whatever. So now he's doing his thing. He's living la vida loca. He might play some Ricky Martin. When he's fucking his chick, or maybe some Don Q. Either or. He has a crazy playlist. Artificial intelligence.
No, Artificial by Don Q.
No, is it artificial intelligence?
No, it's artificial.
Artificial only?
Shout out Brian.
Oh, that's a horrible title. I thought it was artificial intelligence, like AI. I was like, okay, futuristic. Don Q's a dumbass.
Nah, this is just artificial.
But and he's buff as shit. Look at this guy's fucking body, bro. Fucking buff as shit. Buff as shit. You know, I think the guy's doing his thing. Let the man embrace his life. Let's not talk down upon these people. I'm gonna laugh at him though. I will. Just like I laugh at a lot of shit. If some funny shit happens, that Leonardo DiCaprio shit was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, it would be Leo that would take a billionaire's girl. Like if it were to happen, like that's Leonardo DiCaprio, I might give him my girlfriend. If I go to a club or some shit, we see Leo, Titanic! I just start screaming his movies.
Really?
What's the other one? Fuck. Not Interstellar. That was fucking Matthew McConaughey.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Once
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh my God, the recent one I just watched. Look Up, Don't Look Up.
Yeah. That one's not bad.
He's my favorite actor of all time. The best actor of all time, in my opinion, by a long shot, is Leonardo DiCaprio. That's arguable. Whatever. Fuck you, Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, so if I go to a club, Denzel might be overrated in my opinion. Who knows? He's the same guy every movie. Same guy every movie. Same guy every movie. Same guy every movie, Denzel. Same guy. He's a hell of a guy. Great guy. Rest in peace, his mother. But it's a fucking same guy every movie, Denzel. That's controversial. I don't give a fuck.
Will Smith is one of the best too.
Yeah, Will Smith. But Will Smith has a lot of dub movies, a lot of bad movies as well. He has a lot of great ones, but then he did a lot of bullshit. Aladdin, what the fuck was that? That's how he steps on niggas.
Leonardo, man.
But DiCaprio's my guy,
Hell yeah.
and that guy can take my girl if he wants to, if it were to happen. So,
Deja, are you hearing this?
Hey, don't.
What? Don't what?
You speaking to my girl through my?
She watches a podcast.
I know.
What the heck?
Listen, I commend Jeff Bezos. Live your life. You know, if I'm up, let me look up the number because I want to put this in perspective for you guys. You know, I understand the concept. Fuck the rich. You know, give to the poor. I'm all for that, but unfortunately, we have to face the facts. The rich are the rich, and the poor might stay poor, and that's what's happening. That's how America is. We live in a fucking, what do you call it? Monopoly driven. A lot of capitalism happening. It's not a communist country, but hey, it is what it is. Jeff Bezos, he's up $202 billion.
Oh wow, not bad.
Now this doesn't mean it's $200 billion in his bank account. Like he can go to Bank of America and take out $200 billion. That's not what net worth means. We're taking into account assets, company value, everything, right? So I get that because that's what a lot of people don't get. Like they think, oh my God. Like if they look up someone's net worth, like Edwin's net worth, oh my God, he has 30 million net worth. That's not what net worth. Net worth means net. What the fuck does net mean, bitch? Total. Do you not know? Do your research. Total worth. That means Edwin might have a house in Mexico that's worth 29 million, and he only has $1 million in his bank account. But you want to rob him because you think he has the $30 million. People have the net worth shit all screwed up. It's like one of the main things people search on Google is net worth for everyone. Anyone's name, you put it up and it comes up net worth right away next to the name. But Jeff Bezos is up $200 billion. He probably has $50 billion in the bank. I wouldn't be shocked if he has that much. Who knows? God bless him.
No, Billy's a Billy, man.
A Billy is a Billy. Give me $1 fucking $1,000. Fuck a Billy.
Whoa,
Shit.
You gotta
I'm
aim
struggling.
a little higher than 1,000.
Yeah, give me a couple of thousand. 10,000. 100 racks, bitch. Round it. You know, but man, shout out to Jeff. I'm on your side, man. Maybe I'm dick riding. That way you could give me some money.
Oh, whoa, you look wild.
Amazon, we need that sponsorship. I don't give a fuck if you got
did some,
people,
like,
you got some slave employees. I don't give a fuck. No, I actually do. I do care. Don't treat your employees right. That's kind of fucked up. But guess what? They can fucking leave. They can quit. Why aren't they quitting? Oh, wait. But I guess some of them are being forced to work. I think there's some contracts. There's some weird contracts.
Yeah.
But if you are able to leave your job and you don't like it, and leave your job because you don't like it, live your dream somehow. I don't know. I can't be your financial advisor. But Amazon, please sponsor this podcast. I use you all the time. Might as fucking well get it be the sponsorship because Amazon runs the world. We have to face the fact, guys. Metaverse is happening. Teslas are out here. iPhones are the phones. You know, we got to be with the times, not against the times. Because once you go against the times, that's when you fall behind the time. And then you fucking are dumb. And you don't progress. And you're made out to be an idiot. You know, and that's not what's happening over here at the CA Podcast. Cap. Another episode, another week. Thank you guys. It's been 13 weeks, 13 episodes. It's been an amazing run. We're keeping it going. A lot of announcements. Patreon is up right now. The CA Podcast Patreon. New episode, bonus episode being uploaded this week for you guys on the Patreon. Go check it out. Please, please. We really want you guys to go on there. We have like a couple people, nigga, like, I want to say about 15 people. Plus, it keeps going up randomly. People are joining the Patreon, which is dope because basically they're subscribing for monthly content from us, which is amazing to think. We should have started it a while ago, and now we have it. The Patreon is up. Patreon.com/CAmbition. C-A-Ambition. I forgot to spell it, but Ambition is up there. We have a clip with Brian that's going to be public. A new extra bonus podcast episode for you guys this week. And yeah, I'm excited. We're keeping the ball rolling. It's not stopping. The content's going. Reactions are going. Podcasts are going. More interviews coming soon with local celebrities, local governors, big-time celebrities, all types of shit. You name it, it's happening. Jeff Bezos, if you're down with the brown and you're not like Myron from Fresh and Fit Podcast, so you actually fuck with black girls and black people, you know, I might not be dating one, but let's talk about it on the podcast. Maybe you've had some black girl sex in your life, Jeff Bezos. You know, what the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. What did I just say that made it go this way?
I don't know, man.
Because I was talking about exclusive content. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because if it does happen, if we do have him talking about some black pussy, we're going to have him talk about that shit on the fucking Patreon. People got to pay for that content. Fuck that. Jeff Bezos talking like that? You know, that's not going to happen. But hey, one can wish. And be safe. We pray for you guys. Please, please take care of your health. COVID is out here. Omicron, Delta, Omicron is combining like a fucking disease and is mutating like crazy. So please just take care of yourself. And until next week, this has been another episode by the Cap Crew. Love you guys.